First of all, good morning, everybody, and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us once again. And Diego, it all started because Titi wanted a proper reception. That was how the conversation began about, maybe we should do some refurbishment in Chilca because I really want a reception. I don't like the way we are welcoming our guests. Say, okay, Titi, well, maybe we can do a reception. It ended up becoming a full refurb of the entire lodge. And and here I am. And we'll be going through a few of the details. Hopefully the connection will remain stable and I'll be able to, I'll move little. I'm not gonna show everything live because if not, the connection might break. But I do have some images, some of the new images that we shared this morning with you all that I'm gonna start presenting now. Okay, I just wanna make sure that it's working. So Diego, Tad, can you guys reconfirm?
Cool.
Yeah, fantastic. So yeah, well, this is the new look. As you can see, and some of you might know, well, what is a canoe making in the middle of the Andes at 3,500 meters? Well, that's part of my Amazon legacies with the Waurani. That's a canoe that never made to the Waurani Eco Lodge, unfortunately. So I finally found a place for it to be. And so it's part now of my own personal story with business and tourism here. And we decided, and I was allowed to bring it in the middle of Titi's garden. So that's kind of the look and feel of it. And that's actually one of the few images we just took a few weeks ago when the work was completely done. So first of all, I think it's important just to say where we are at, right? So for the ones who haven't been here and don't know more about Chilcabamba, we are at 6 kilometers from the northern border of Cotopaxi National Park. You see on the background this beautiful, perfect cone-shaped snow-capped volcano, the highest active volcano in the world, Cotopaxi. As you know, I have my Jasci moments, and this was one of the interesting decisions that I've made in my life, building and buying a property right in front of the highest active volcano in the world. But it is a beautiful viewpoint, so who cares, right? We have the most amazing viewpoint from the volcano from here, only 6 kilometers away from the border. Very early today, I endure on a mountain bike ride around the neighborhood, and easily ride just at the entrance of the national park. So this is kind of the northern view of the property. We have a couple of hectares, but the buildings that you see here, you see the main building, which is the one further north on your screen, is the social area that I'm seeing right in front of me. And you have a couple of the buildings where the family rooms are in the left and the double rooms and the suite are on the right-hand side. Let me see here, I have trying to pass this slide here. And this is the other view, right? This is the southern view of Chilcabamba. And I think one of the most amazing things that we have on this nice property is the surrounding area, right? We are nested in the center of this beautiful valley. We have Cotopaxi in front of us, north. We have Pasochoa that is down here on the end of this photo. Pasochoa, which is a very easy summit that we usually do with our clients doing the lodge to lodge treks, and is actually a summit that you can do right from Chilcabamba. Is only at 4,200 meters. Going back to Inca Trail is on the Dead Woman Pass altitude, which is somehow easy, right? But this is kind of an easy mountain to climb, non-technical. It's just a walk in the park for people who love mountains and trekking. And on the other side, you have Rumiñahui and you have Sincholagua. So it's actually a very nice place to be located because we are protected and surrounded by these mountains. And even though today is not a beautiful day in terms of sunlight and blue skies, as you can see, there is very little wind around here. And that's usually what happens in Chilcabamba, and the situation of being very protected by this landscape. So these are drone shots of the property that gives us a very nice sense of place on where the lodge is located. And this is the view, right? This is like I try to tell my Santiago, this is the money shot, right? And this is exactly where I'm sitting on, right? This is the view that I should be having now. Right now, I don't really have the view of Cotopaxi because the weather is not, early in the morning it was good, but now, you will see, the restaurant area, and Cotopaxi should be down there. So one of the cool things about these new features that we are making the most of the views by creating these terraces in 2 of the rooms, one that I'm sitting on, and you're seeing now, this is something that we didn't have in the past, which is the terraces with access to the rooms that I'm going to show you in a few minutes. So I guess if you're asking me what is the unique selling point of Chilcabamba, well, this is it, right? The view of the lodge right in front of the volcano. And then you ask me, well, Jasci, and what happened with the thatch roof? It was so charming and beautiful and romantic and everything, right? And yes, it was probably the hardest decision we have made with this lodge, right? We had this beautiful, and this is up on the left screen, you have a beautiful shot of a recently put thatch on the lodge, right? And this lasts for a week, right? It looks as beautiful as it is for a week, and then the wind and the rain starts taking a lot of this thatch away. And that's usually how it works with thatch roofs for the ones who know. So another discussion that we had with Titi was, what do we do with the thatch roof? And so, well, let's replace it. It looks beautiful. It's part of the charm, and it's part of Chilcabamba's personality. So we started calling the people that usually do the replacement every 4 to 5 years. And these guys told us, listen, the thatch is no longer available in the neighborhood. You actually have to go to Riobamba and Chimborazo, which is 4 hours drive from Chilcabamba, to get the thatch from those high altitude mountains. And we said, well, that doesn't sound right. This is probably wrong. And so we started investigating a little bit more about the growth of this grass in these high altitude Andean regions. And we learned that the paramo grows, the paramo or the grass to mature, it takes 8 years. So basically, and we are replacing the roofs every 4 to 5 years. So we say, well, that doesn't sound right at all. If we continue doing this, we're not giving time for this fragile ecosystem to recuperate, which is a natural sponge of water. Water that goes to Quito is kept naturally on these mountains that surrounds us. So we basically say, well, there is no more thatch, right? So we decided to change it completely. Obviously trying to keep, the balance with the landscape. We are one of the beautiful things that I think we've been able to accomplish with this new type of tile that we found down in Cuenca, handmade and beautifully made and very artisanal as well, is that it blends very well with nature. Actually, with the drone shots, as you saw, it blends very well with the landscape, with the rocks that we have, the volcanic rocks we have in the surrounding areas, as well as the natural environment. So that was a big challenge, and probably the most expensive bit of the investment we made here was to replace everything. We just kept, and I'm gonna go back a couple of slides for you to see. We only kept one kind of storage room with the thatch to remember and honor the past. But as you can see in these 2 photos here, we replaced the entire roofing of the property with this new tile. So that's a big deal for us, right? That was a big investment. That's a big deal, but I think it was the right thing to do in terms to protect this very fragile ecosystem that we have here, as I said. Other great things that we did, was replacing all of the glass windows. Now we have this super modern, and I might need some help here from Tad and Mark and Gretchen. It's vacuum sealed, right? This double glass vacuum sealed, which is pretty modern. Probably for you guys, it's very common that you guys have winters every year. We don't in Ecuador, so we're not used to this kind of stuff. But now we found available in the market this double glass technology, and all of the windows of the lodge were replaced with this technology, which is amazing. Not only in terms of the sound and the soundproof that gives, yesterday I couldn't wake up to go on my bike ride because it was so nice to sleep in the dark with the special curtains that we put. And now I'm not also the blackout curtains that we also change in all of the lodge, but as well as the glass. But the other thing, and probably the main reason why we decided to do it, is that it allows for the rooms to stay warmer for a longer time. And in that sense, we consume less energy on our wooden stoves that we have in every single room. That now we also have. Some of the rooms didn't have these wooden stoves, and now we have in all of them. So that's another big thing that we did. So We also change, a little bit of, it's kind of a modern, somehow modern, but still, with the rustic style that Chilca has. It's kind of a good blend of, new finishings and the flooring that we also change completely in all of the different areas of the lodge, in both rooms, social areas, and the entry halls of the rooms. But we kept, this more organic shape of the walls that we have in each of the rooms. So this is how the rooms look like. And I actually, hopefully I'm not gonna screw things up with the connection, but I just wanted to show you a glimpse of one of the rooms here. Not fully done now, but we had clients just here. So you see, you have some of these new lights that goes in the back of the bed, and the new, actually there is new lightings and everything. And we kept the ponchos, of course. The ponchos should be there, hanging everywhere. That's the favorite element of each of the rooms. Every single client gets a poncho to enjoy this Andean Paramo. Not freezing, but nice chill. So we have 6 double rooms, right? Can be matrimonial, as the one that you see in the picture. We have actually 2 of these has a view of Cotopaxi. We have other 2 that oversee Pasochoa, and we have 2 in the center that doesn't have a view, but they're very cozy as well. So 6 double rooms. We also redid all of the bathrooms. They're very nice, and we've soft refurbished, as you guys say, as we've said this morning on our newsletter, and we can send you more photos of them. And this is one of the family rooms that we also upgraded, same style. Here on the photo you have more details of the bathrooms. They're looking very comfy. Some of the terraces, actually I'm sitting in one of these right now, as you can see. And this is the view of, and up on the left, you have the photo of one of the family rooms. They have this little, going back to the family rooms, we have 3 of those, I'm sorry. And those 3 has 2 rooms that share, a small little living room and a bathroom. And all of them have as well these terraces, right? All of these terraces, some of them are overseeing Cotopaxi, and some others are seeing Pasochoa. We'll send you photos on every single one of them. And one of the family rooms also have that beautiful view of the volcano, right? Cotopaxi right there. This was a beautiful day. We were able to get all of these pictures from the room. So, and that's kind of where it all began, as I said, Titi and her reception. Now we have a beautiful reception that she's spending a lot of time there. She's very happy with it. And I'm gonna slowly move towards the reception, and hopefully some of the team will pop up and say hi. If not, I'll continue. So now I'm moving to the central garden, where all of these 3 buildings connect, right? The social area right here, restaurant, the double rooms here. You have back there the suite. We have one beautiful big suite, and over there, the family room. So I'm gonna put myself here. Paul is a little bit low, and now you're gonna have a lot of no, I'm gonna stay right here. So as you can see here, you have the reception area, and the team, right? So we kept during the pandemic, and I'm very proud of these to be able to keep our staff. That's Eugenia and Titi in the photo. They should be somewhere around here. Jose, we have Alberto, we have Carlos working here, all from the local community, which is great. We've been hiring more people lately, which is great. Post-pandemic times. We don't talk about pandemic here, but it's good to have. It's not only we're able to keep our staff, but bring more people aboard, which is great. And some of you might know Alvaro, right? My chef brother, and he was very kind during these past few weeks to train our team. So we have a completely redone menu. So we have all of these nice little dishes with obviously trout and all of the local goodies that we can find in the neighborhood and surrounding area, but brought to these modern techniques, but also applied to the skills of our team. So everything is done by our own local team, but with some guidance of some VIP helps that we can get here, luckily thanks to Alvaro. This is the new look and feel of the restaurant. As you can see now, it's a lot bigger than what it used to be. Down there, for the ones who have been here, used to be a kind of a social area as well. So now we extended all of the restaurant all the way down to the windows that oversee Cotopaxi as well. And we connected. So this is the other angle of the restaurants. You can see we put some booths here and then some tables in the center. And this is an area that in the past was not very used by clients. So we connected it with the restaurant. So there is a new way to get here that is actually overlooking Cotopaxi. And the cool thing is now it's more connected. It makes more sense. People are finding it more easily. So now we're having a lot of people enjoying this kind of social area. Up there, you have a kind of a game room for kids. And below here, you have a few comfortable couches to hang out and see Cotopaxi, this is the view, right? This is the view that we have from both restaurant and social restaurant area. For some of you who have been here, we redid the fire pits with kind of this wooden, with this stone kind of construction with some the rocks to lay in our bags. I'm missing the words now, but this is the view, right? So you can actually enjoy your s'mores or spending using this as your viewpoint in the outside, but also enjoying the views from the inside, which these big windows that I'm gonna try and show you. So in a summary, obviously it's not all about the lodge, but it's also about, I'm sorry, I miss you guys. It's not also about the lodge, it's about what you can do. And so the horseback ridings inside the national park with Rafael, our local partner, is very popular. There's more time, and the hikes, as I said, to Pasochoa. We have obviously cooking classes at the lodge and relaxing at the fire pit. We have the fishing trouts here for families, very popular with our neighbor right here across the block. We have some stuff in terms of with the cattle here. You have some milking lesson with our neighbor, and then going into the national park, mountain biking, summiting Rumiñahui, very easy, summiting Pasochoa, doing some mountain biking, and the Pita River, which is an important destination for us. That is a river that feeds of water, potable water for the city of Quito, and that is an area where we use a lot for the educational experiences in Pita, and Canela here is making some noise. So yeah, guys, so we have some time for questions if you would like. I don't know, Ted, Diego, if you have some questions for me, and anyone would like to make some questions. If not, I can try and move a little bit towards the inside to see if we can get a glimpse of the social areas.
Yes, I think we can see the insides. And yeah, Ted, I don't know if you had any question.
No, I just have to say, wow, Jasci, and congrats to you and Titi for the transformation of the lodge. I was there back in, when was that, Jasci? October. Yeah. And to prove that I was there, you mentioned the ponchos, which are always fun and always warm.
There you go.
Group all ponchoed out after a great day of adventures in the park, and yeah, it just looks absolutely extraordinary. This mountain lodge transformed, still very cozy and warm, clearly, but more with a modern or kind of a rustic chic boutique feel to it now, which I think is exactly what was needed. So I'm excited to get back. Hopefully we're talking about a February trip with my family to visit your family, so save the family suite for us in a few months' time.
Yeah, wonderful.
We have one question from Renata, and she's asking if the lodge is all-inclusive, meals and activities, and if the guests can keep the ponchos.
That's a good
price, Renata.
Yeah. You can buy the ponchos, Renata, of course, with our little logo there if you want to. We do have we don't sell kind of packages all inclusive. You can book the night, and usually we obviously recommend dinner to be included because there is no restaurants, as you saw from the drone shots around. So that's a must. But usually, you know, for lunchtime, people are usually away. They grab their box lunches and they go into the national park, or they go hiking and exploring. So ideally, we would prefer people to be enjoying the outside and just come later in the evening to enjoy the property, the fire pit, the s'mores, and dinner.
Awesome. Yeah, we have another question from Vanessa. How long do guests usually stay? That one is a good question.
Oh, excellent question. Yeah, we are, you know, the usual, you know what the deal is with Ecuador and the competition with the Galapagos Islands and the times, right? But we are experiencing a lot more stay in Ecuador mainland. And I would say, you know, a few years ago, one night is kind of the common thing. We just have some guys here who've been staying for 3 days, but I think the average will be 2 nights over nowadays. 3 nights will be, you know, a lot more complicated when there is so many other nice places to see and experience, like Quito, or traveling down the Volcanoes Avenue down to Cuenca and Guayaquil, or a few days in the Amazon. So, you know, a couple of nights will be good enough to be able to, you know, to experience the property, to enjoy the property, as well as the activities inside the national park.
But if you have trekkers that are interested in trekking in the area, or certainly if they're mountain climbers and want to attempt to summit Cotopaxi, there's no better home base than Chilca, with, as Jasci showed in one of the photos of Pasachoa behind, but there's so many other great training peaks for Cotopaxi, whether you're going to try to summit it or just go to the snow line. So for your trekking clients, you know, Jasci, you could spend a week at Chilca and climb all of the surrounding peaks, and then attempt Cotopaxi. But certainly 4 or 5 days, if you have trekkers, it is truly a trekking paradise. Not to mention the horseback riding, the mountain biking, the gentle hikes to the Pita River. So for your trekkers, I would say longer stay would be ideal.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, after being camping for 3 nights in the Inca Trail, I say that this is a very luxury base camp for you to prepare for a summit in Cotopaxi. You have, you know, the Pita Trail to kind of acclimatize. You have Pasachoa, you have Rumiñahui, and then you have Glacier School in Cotopaxi. And then obviously, whenever you start pushing for your summit, then it's better just to stay on the Cotopaxi refuge, right? Some people like to stay, you know, in lower altitude and then go for the final push. I've done it myself a few times, and honestly, I do feel like the last night it's better to be on the refugio at 5,000 meters and just do the final push from there. But yeah, I mean, it's perfect. It's paradise for climbers and trekkers. So Diego, I'm gonna try and move towards the restaurant and show you the view. Now it's very sunny, so my white skin is getting very burned. So I'm gonna move inside. So here you go. You're gonna see. Hopefully, I'm gonna go as low as possible for this to hold still. So reception, right? Titi should be there. She's not. They're probably hiding. And this is the restaurant.
Wow, man. You got rid of the
wine display. We're only going to be selling local drinks. So it's going to be Ecuadorian wine, Ecuadorian whiskey, Ecuadorian gin. So we're trying to bring all of these local.
What about potato vodka?
Potato vodka is coming, right? We've been focused on changing roofs, right? So now we're going to go back to the potato project, but it is still going. It's going to happen.
See, one other question or clarification maybe for me is Dan asking about your still. Yes, he still has it. You may have to give us the
distillery
tour later of your potato. We may be losing you, Jasci. It's just how close.
Hold on.
How close Chilca is, and Cotopaxi in general, to Quito. How easy it is to do as an extension from Quito, or even, you know, a night before you fly out, able to stay at Chilca and then head to the international airport. The logistics and the connectivity from Chilca and from Cotopaxi are so great. And maybe Diego, you can pick it up if Jasci freezes on us.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, an important point actually, that it's very close to Quito, so just 1.5 hours away by car. and you can reach Cotopaxi. So it's always good to think in modules. So, you know, most of your passengers are going to start in Quito a couple of nights, and then you can add these to the south of Quito, Cotopaxi, with these open spaces, mountains, ideal for trekkers, as we already said. And actually, we also have a program called lodge-to-lodge trekkings, and one available in Cotopaxi with one night at Chilcabamba. So the idea is that the passengers, they walk around 6 hours, 7 hours, and they reach another lodge every day. So that is also we can do it with combination with Chilcabamba. And yeah, it's very close. And then, of course, we have many other options from Quito. Another module is to the north in Otavalo, as you know, a more cultural area. But this area near Chilcabamba is all about the mountains, the open spaces. You can reach the snow line, Cotopaxi, and a lot of activities like mountain biking, fishing, hiking, of course. So it's a great adventure.
Absolutely. Well, we may have pushed the remote Wi-Fi to its limits there, but I think we got the best out of Jasci with those new photos and the tour of the lodge. It just looks amazing. Diego, thank you guys.
Yeah, I think you know, the important thing we wanted to share today is that we're very active and, you know, taking care of all the experiences and infrastructure, of course, with this new Chilca. So hopefully we can have you, some of you again here in Cotopaxi, and some of you the first time, please visit us in Chilcabamba. So yeah, I think Jasci won't connect again because of the remote Wi-Fi, but well, we have another question as well from Vanessa. Is Ecuador whiskey tasting establisher or up and coming? Well, yeah, you know, actually we are having these new brands of spirits, and actually we have really nice experiences regarding the agave drinks. Now here near Quito, there is a new place called Agave, Casa Agave, actually. We also have some brands of whiskey, of vodka, and we do have some tasting experiences, especially in Quito. And then you can also have some chocolate tastings with spirits as well, with wine, with cognac. So we do have these experiences available for your passengers. And yeah, I think that was it. And if you have any other question, of course, we're here to help you, and also our representatives from Cuisine Collection in the US, that sometimes they are easy to reach. So thank you very much for sharing with us today live from Chilca, and keep in touch, okay? Gracias.
Gracias, Diego.
Gracias, Taz. Thank you, Tad. Bye, Mark. Bye. Bye, everybody.
Ciao.
Bye.